William, why do you have a blindfold on?
No, Judy, I'm getting ready for my extra hour of sleep coming up.
Don't go to sleep yet. We have a new episode of Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time. We are at Garden Gallery Ironworks for their big holiday open house that's happening today.
And for any of you that might have had some problems viewing the show last week, remember you can always go to gardentime.tv and see the most current episodes.
And coming up in the show today, we'll be showing you an assortment of plants that have berries in the winter.
We're also going to be showing you some winter tree care tips.
But first, we'll start the month of November with Mum-vember.
I am standing in the beautiful Lansu Chinese Gardens in downtown Portland, and I'm here with Chuck, who is a designer from Old Town Florist, right?
Yes.
Now, every November is Mum-vember here, and so there's a lot of floral stuff that happens that first week.
Yes. There are wonderful floral displays to be seen. They bring in lots of beautiful varieties of chrysanthemums. Varieties that you don't normally see in like a florist shop.
Right, right.
So it's really wonderful to come here and see the different varieties.
And one of the things you're going to be doing today is actually creating a display of them and a design for them. So we're going to let you take over and just tell me what you're doing and how you're going to come up with the design and what goes through your mind in creating stuff like this.
Sure. What I do is I start with a container. And anybody at home, I'm sure that you have bowls or containers that come with flowers already in them, and you're going to use them again. Today I'm using a low bowl, so I'm using a product called floral foam. And what I've done is I've put some sticks inside, some red twig dogwood, so that it hides the mechanics.
Right.
Which is going to be the foam. And to do that even more so, I'm going to take a Dracaena leaf, because I really don't want people to see that foam.
So you're just wrapping the foam around those.
Right. And then it can be some fall foliage or foliage out of the garden or foliage from your florist.
Now, in my mind, from just watching what you're doing right now, it just seems like you're randomly sticking stuff in. I bet that's not true, though,
It is not true. What I'm doing, because I've been doing this for a long time, I'm imagining that there's a point right in the middle of this arrangement, and it's called a binding point. And so all of my flowers are directed toward that. So when I'm thinking that, it's simple just to radiate the stems outward from there.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so what I did was I created a base of 3 right there, and then my tallest thing usually is going to be a foliage or a stick. And so that's what I've done. I've created my tallest element. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense too.
So these are my parameters that I'm going to work around.
And then when you're looking at design, you know, in my mind, I always think of symmetry as being balanced. However, asymmetrical also has a type of balance, right?
Right, it does. And a lot of my work is asymmetrical.
And that's kale, isn't it?
Yes, it's kale.
Wow.
And it's wonderful as a base. And this decorative kale is just absolutely beautiful.
And before you started design, do you think of color, of texture, of all that stuff like when we do landscaping? Is that the same thing
that's what I do. I think of color because I'm thinking of autumn tones, and I'm thinking that this wonderful lavender and purple is going to show up in some of the mums that I'm using, and so that's why I'm tying them in.
And you have a collection of different types of mums. There's so many that you can choose to use, and you really came up with a lot there.
We have like pompons, we have cactus or spider mums, and these wonderful standards. And as these open up, they'll unfurl and just look absolutely lovely.
So Chuck, I'm going to let you finish up this arrangement, and then we'll come back and check out the finished product.
That sounds great.
Okay, well, it is completed now, Chuck. And so one of the things that I noticed right off the bat is there's certainly flowers in here, but there's so many other things that you've added into it.
Yes, what I've done for texture is I've used Datura seed pods, poppy pods, field grasses, hypericum for color, and I also used small pumpkins for color. As a contrast.
And I love marigolds. It was my grandmother's favorite flower, and you even had some late blooming ones of those in there.
Yeah, this is the last of the season. It's getting chilly, so yep. And it's just a wonderful color in this arrangement. It says fall.
Yes, it certainly does. Now, Glenn, I'm here with you again, and so this is Mum-vember. Right. So tell me about everything that's happening again this year.
Well, Mum-vember is our annual celebration of the chrysanthemum.
Nice.
And that's a very old Chinese flower that people now love all over the world. So each November, all month long, we have a potted chrysanthemum display. It consists of nearly 600 pots that we've grown and over 130 different varieties. So maybe you've seen a few chrysanthemums in this display and at the grocery store, but there's a huge variety of colors and shapes and sizes, and that's our goal, is to just kind of open people's eyes to the great variety that's out there.
And then in the first week of this event, though, is when you have all of these floral designs happening, right?
Right. So to kick off Mum-vember, we have a floral design show. And each of our designers is going to use chrysanthemums in their arrangements, but each one will look different.
So Glenn, there's also another group involved in this floral stuff too, isn't there? And things happening through the month.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without our partners at the Floral Design Institute,
nice.
Which is a local company that does all sorts of floral classes for people. And they're going to be demonstrating, doing floral demos all weekend long. People can come down and check out artists like Chuck doing arrangements that they can then do at home.
But that's not just this weekend. You have stuff happening every weekend for Mum-vember.
We do. So every Saturday and Sunday throughout the month at 1 o'clock, people can come down and see floral demos happening here at the garden.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you know, I have been to this event several times. I suspect I'm going to be at this one again this year because it is breathtaking to walk through the entire gardens and see all these wonderful floral designs out of a beautiful, beautiful flower. So for more information on this event, we can always invite you to go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over there and you can gather all that information and come celebrate the mum with us.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
They had to take the car, they had to get it open with the jaws of life, take me out on a backboard, took me to a Trauma One center. I absolutely feel like the Subaru saved my life.
Well, we trust Capital. We trust our salesperson here, Jackie.
Jackie's great. I believe that she really cares about us.
She teaches me about the Subaru.
Our way on the Parkway.
Garden Time is going to Europe, and you can join us. Next August, join Garden Time as we tour gardens in London, Paris, and Belgium. See world-famous gardens like Hampton Court, Kew, Sissinghurst, and Great Dixter, and Monet's water lily garden in France. We'll also see sights in London and Paris, like the Tower Bridge and the Eiffel Tower. We'll also stop in the Champagne area of France, tour a Belgian brewery, castle gardens, and a winery. We'll also have a river cruise. Our final stop is a visit to the Floral Carpet in Brussels. We'll be staying in 4-star hotels with 24 of your meals and your airfare included. Mark your calendar for next August for this gardener's bucket list tour and then sign up. And if you book now, you'll save $300 per person. Visit the Garden Time website and click on the tours link for all the details. And we'll see you in Europe.
Fall is a time to think of planting and planning. Planting new plants now will help them get a jump start on next year. Black Gold All-Purpose can help your plants get ready for winter and next spring. Formulated with a blend of natural and organic nutrients, it contains everything your plants and spring bulbs need for a happy and healthy start. Look for Black Gold All-Purpose at your local garden center or nursery. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
We're going into the stormy time of the year, so it really is the time to look at the trees around your home. I'm with Logan from Bartlett Tree Experts, and really, what should we be looking at those trees?
Well, we want to start from the ground up. So we want to assess the root system. We want to make sure that there's a visible root collar, and then move up the trunk and look for any defects in the trunk. And then up into the canopy of the tree and look for dead branches, hanging branches, maybe branch defects, which we can go over in a little bit, or if there's been a history of branch failures in the tree. For instance, like this maple behind us. It's lost several large branches, due to decay and from windstorms that have moved through.
So what should we do if that was in our yard? What should we do about that tree?
Well, we would definitely want to take a little closer look at it and determine whether this is a tree that we would want to save or not. So one of the options is always removal, but the other option is to prune the tree, remove some of those hazardous branches, reduce the length of some of the longest overextended branches, and possibly install some cables.
Ah, really? So that would make it safe for your neighbors, for your home, for your family.
Exactly, yes.
And I know that you have some other samples in another part of this area here, so let's go look at those.
All right,
okay.
let's.
Now, Logan, this one has like a split trunk, so should we be worried about it?
Yes, this is a tree that would warrant further investigation. So you do want your arborist to look at this tree. So a lot of times when we do have these large codominant leaders, they're not as strongly attached as a traditional U-shaped branch connection would be, with interlocking layers of branch and trunk and branch and trunk. This has just two trunks pressed up against each other, and actually this one is growing bark on the inside of that attachment, so they are just kind of pressed right up there.
Well, this one is in the middle of a field, so really we wouldn't have to worry so much. If it does cleave apart, it's not going to fall in a house, so we can just kind of monitor it.
Yes, but this would be a good one if it was next to your house to subordinate one of the codominant leaders and possibly install a cable support system in the top of the canopy.
And then the one next to it has a lot of dead wood, so really we should go in there, have you come in and go in there and cut off those dead limbs.
Yeah, this tree does have a lot of large, low dead branches, and dead branches can break out. And there's even some broken and hanging branches in there as well. And
then one of the trunks have like growths on it, and what do you call those growths?
Yeah, so one of the trees that we're going to go look at is a tree that has red ring rot conchs. So these are conchs that do indicate that there is decay in the tree. So that is also something that should be assessed by your arborist.
And then another one, there's a fir tree, and if you didn't know it was a fir, but there's no leaves on it, so really a lot's gone on with that one.
Yeah. So dead trees, do have the possibility of being wind thrown. So if it's recently dead, might not be as big of a deal, but dead trees probably should be removed.
Now, you've covered a lot of things on this segment now, but if we forget all of them, is there kind of a cheat sheet on the website?
Yes, on our website, we do have a PDF of identifying hazardous trees.
That would really help us all. So if you want to go to the Garden Time website, we do have a link to that PDF, and then you can go to the Bartlett website and maybe give them a call and have your trees assessed. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
The seasons are definitely changing, but at Portland Nursery, the one thing that never changes is our commitment to you, our customer. Whether it's helping you get ready for the holidays or getting your garden ready for the next growing season, Portland Nursery has the experts to help you prepare. Stop by and see what's new for your home or garden, then take home something special for the season. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, at 50th and Stark or 90th and Division.
Here's the secret to a beautiful, long-lasting deck with the warmth of wood. Don't use wood. Upgrade to composite decking. Fiberon is available in 5 distinct styles and 20 gorgeous colors and never needs sanding, staining, or refinishing. You'll spend more time enjoying your deck and less time maintaining it. Stain and fade resistant composite decking won't decay like wood. And no need to worry about splinters or nail pops. For wood looks that last, you can choose long-lasting, low-maintenance composite decking. Learn more at fiberondecking.com.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
It's a great delight to be out at Sagawa's out here in Woodland, Washington again, and I'm with Brian. So Brian, what are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, well, thanks, William. Seasonal interest. We always trying to create seasonal interest, doing designs and helping customers with the yards. Berries is a very good possible way to get interest plants throughout the years.
Because the berries, not only will the fall color and leaves happen, but they have great
always
color.
Changing,
yeah.
That's right. So you have your Pink Beauty viburnum here. You can see what it's doing. It's changing its colors. But June, July, August, it's always so hot, dry, so you're always trying to get, some kind of interest going, whether it's the bark of the tree or fall coloration. But right now it's good. Berries, I thought would be very good to talk about.
And although this is a more unusual viburnum, this to me, this looks just like a holly. Is that an ilex?
Well, it's actually it's a kind of a more compact one. Blue Princess is what the name of it is. It's
beautiful.
More for the darker foliage, smaller leaf. It's going to be actually more of a more semi-dwarf compact one. It doesn't get that full, true, tall English holly variety.
Yeah.
It's a cross.
So it's not going to get like a 25-foot
Exactly
massive
right.
plant like the other ones do.
It's smaller leaves, smaller berry actually, so it's a smaller plant too.
And this is an absolutely beautiful thing. What is it?
That's your Pernetia, the red-berried Pernetia.
Wow.
Actually, we'll get a little deeper. It looks pink, but it's called red-berried Pernetia, and it's an old-fashioned shrub. It's been around for a long time.
Really?
But it's been around for a long time. But it's self-fertile. You don't need a pollinator. It just comes out with these kind of a dark pink.
And it looks like it would be an evergreen shrub here in the Northwest.
Yeah, it's very kind of what we call rangy kind of growth. You would want to trim this down. It is evergreen. It will keep its leaves on.
Nice.
And I think it's great when you keep it trimmed back. And,
Yeah.
You
And
can
what
see
is
the
this?
flower
This almost
coming
looks
right
like they're a purple berry.
Yeah, that's Calicarpa, the
Lovely.
beauty berry there. And these berries will stay on for the winter too.
Wow.
Some of these are deciduous, so the leaves fall off, but the berries usually persist. They stick around.
And I have to tell you, Brian, I was not aware that another viburnum, which is right here, would have those. That's an amazing color berry, and I was not aware of that till just a couple years ago.
I believe, I don't really know like the story of the viburnum David eyes, but yeah, David's viburnum, I think there's just a certain, it depends where they cut the plant or something, and then that one would be somehow fertile enough to have berries. It's not like they all.
Well, what a great color.
It is, when that metallic blue, that's a great berry color, but the mystery's beyond me. I don't know why, some will and some don't.
You don't have to know everything, do
That's
you?
exactly right. You just kind of
And tell me
appreciate what you
about
get.
this great orange berry.
Pyracantha there.
Wonderful.
There's usually come in the reds and the orange berries, but again, for the holiday time or whatever, it's just nice to have berries hanging around.
Well, and speaking of orange berries, I absolutely love that this has been grafted onto a stem, and then you can really see not only the leaf color but the berry color. Tell me about that.
Right. That's good. It's actually grafted onto like a patio style graft. It's just the burning bush there.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's so
grafted
cool.
on like a 4.5 foot standard. So what's nice about it? It's pretty. Most of your deciduous shrubs pretty tough. They don't require a lot of water. Easy to grow. No bugs. No diseases. Just a great.
So beauty and an easy plant.
Exactly.
Well, there's always a
Low
lot of
maintenance.
great things to come out and see at Sagawa's out here in Woodland. So for more information, you can go to gardentime.tv. Come on up here to Woodland, look at their store, pick out some great plants. It'll give you some great winter interest all through the season. Thank you so much, Brian. I
Thanks,
appreciate it,
William.
my friend.
Locally grown, fresh from the farm, festive and magical, your holiday season begins at Al's Garden and Home. Shop Christmas ornaments from designer decorated trees. Delight in poinsettias fresh from our local farm. Enjoy ice apples, an Al's exclusive. Welcome the joys of the season with your whole family. Come celebrate the Christmas season at Al's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville.
Appliances have changed since 1947, but at Standard TV and Appliance, there are things that haven't changed. We're celebrating our 70th anniversary at Standard with big price cuts on hundreds of models.
Standard has the largest selection and live kitchens. Plus, we'll beat the best price in town.
Hurry, the 70th anniversary sale is going on now. Since 1947, Standard TV and Appliance.
Well, it is Christmas here at Garden Gallery Ironworks. I'm here with Don Sprague. And Don, we're here because you have a wonderful thing, an event happening today, but we're going to talk first of all about these great wreaths. You guys do them every year. They're beautiful. Tell me about them.
Yes, we make some great wreaths. There's 5 different ones this year to pick from. It's all Oregon growing greens.
Nice.
And then the pine cones are Oregon growing, and the bows are all handmade. There's 5 different ones, and we ship them all over the United States. We do not do Alaska and Hawaii.
And that's really convenient because they're beautiful and you can just order them here. They ship them wherever you're at in the States, and then you put them up and you're ready for the holidays.
Yep. And we got a little card that you put with it from, to Mom, from Nancy, or
as
whatever,
a gift card.
Like that, as a little gift card, and a really nice box, and away they go.
Wonderful. And this isn't all the wonderful things that you can find here, and some of them you can even make yourself when you get home. And we're going to switch over to Judy now, who's going to talk to Sherry about that.
Thanks, William. Now, Sherry, we are in a different part of the store, and it's all about decorating.
It is.
So these are beautiful containers with fresh greens. I love them.
Yes. We have a wide assortment of containers. Beautiful. And I've chosen the galvanized because the galvanized is the hottest in decorating trends now. And especially the olive bucket that we've used there.
That is
so
cool.
You can choose a container here for your greens out of your yard, or as Don says, your neighbor's yard if you get along really well.
It is so nice because a container really makes the whole arrangement. And you have another way to decorate is a garland. And this isn't a fresh garland, but it's really a nice artificial one.
Well, a well-decorated home has not only your live greens for fragrance and life to add to your home, but we also want to have faux foliage because that adds convenience. You can just pull them out of storage, and it also adds the everlasting beauty of your greenery. So this is just one of the choices here that you could use. Start with a basic garland, add some of our sprays. We have lots and lots of choices of sprays. Add a little bow here in the center. How about some candlelight to go along with it too? And battery operated candlelight is good for the convenience and the safety issue of it. And look, this could go on a mantle. It could go on a table. I mean, it just adds some whimsical look to it with that there. And look, you've got a table arrangement.
And you could put that on your, like you said, a mantle. And if you didn't have all of the other accoutrements, you could even put this over a doorway or so.
Exactly. Yes.
Very
nice. Lots of choices.
Very nice. And really all different color schemes that you have here. And then what else do you have for us here? Well, we have like a bag of tricks back here.
I would like to show you, this was our traditional red look.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
Gonna keep that.
Oh.
Yep. That was our traditional red because that's the most popular look still in decorating. But let me show you a glamour look.
Oh, right. We go
This
to silver.
will be real. Yes, this is the glamour. Again, sprays that we have here in the store that you could choose from.
You could even use this for New Year's. Leave it up into the whole holidays.
Absolutely.
Not just Christmas.
And look at this. Now, if you want to do a bow and do a little cheat, take a piece of ribbon.
Well, here's the tip of the week.
There you go. And then
just weave it through.
Weave it through there. And then you've got a beautiful arrangement. Add some candlesticks to it. Again, pretty
Totally
for a
different look.
mantle would be nice. Okay.
And there you go.
There you go. Well, one more.
One more.
How about an angel?
Aw. That is
Would
so
that be
pretty.
pretty?
And you know, today is the big day to come, and you're going to be here so you can give us all those tips. And you're giving a little special little gift bag if we're coming today to the event.
We are pine cones.
Oh,
pine cones for coming, Oregon grown, and absolutely beautiful to tuck into your arrangements.
Definitely. Well, you know, there's so much to see here, and we're going to go back to Don and William. They're in another part of the store to see what else is coming up today.
Okay, we are back here with Don. And Don, one of the things I love about being here is that it's not just inside the house, but you guys do great stuff for decorating outside the house as well. And tell me about these things.
We do excuse me, we do a lot of ironwork outside in the garden and in the yard. This year we have the baby snowman and the larger snowman, all with lights. They all light up. We've got the plant holder in the back here, and you know, you can put a little basket in that, light it up, and then we've got the angel, kind of will watch over your yard, and again, all lit up. And the back, by popular demand, is our 3 trees, which you just stick them in the yard, and they're all lit as well.
And it's so easy. And then right behind you, I absolutely really think this is adorable too.
I just rode in this morning with Santa on his sleigh here, and I remember the days of the old desk when
that's right.
We got to go to school that way. And don't forget, one of the most important gifts this year is a herb garden.
Nice.
That just hangs outside your door, and it comes complete with the pots and everything.
And then tell me about today, because if you really love to look at all this stuff and you want to visit and see it firsthand, you got a great event happening.
We got a big event today. Come on down and see us. We're opening early at 9. We're going to have refreshments all day. We got some great lunch foods. And don't forget, Carol's got another great cocktail. And people
I hear she makes amazing ones every time.
They're incredible. They're incredible. People come from Seattle and Eugene just to get the cocktails.
Well, there you have it. You know, it is that time of year when we are all excited about the holidays. So if you want to come on out here and see all this wonderful stuff, go to gardentime.tv. We're going to click you over to their website and get the address and how to get here. Come out and enjoy Christmas time. Thank you so much, my friend.
You bet. I'll see you Saturday.
We want to thank Garden Gallery Ironworks for letting us hang out today, and don't forget to stop in for their big holiday open house.
And we wanted to remind you that if you have any more questions about today's show or anything on the past episodes, you can always go to gardentime.tv. Also, don't forget, it's time to set your clocks back an hour this weekend.
William and I thank you for watching, and we see you next week here on Garden Time.
Judy, it's time to go shopping.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel. The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.